She always said our love story was meant to be. College sweethearts, late-night study dates, dreams shared like secrets under moonlight. I believed every word. We built a life plan together. Marriage, a small house near her parents, Sunday pancakes, 2 kids with her eyes. I was already looking at engagement rings. So, when she invited me to her cousin's wedding and introduced me as her +1, my heart warmed. I thought this was the moment she'd show me to her world as her future husband. I dressed my best, not to impress strangers, but to stand beside the woman I loved and feel proud. I was ready to hear people tease us about when's your turn, but the universe had a crew script in mind. One I never rehearsed for. At the reception, everything glowed. Fairy lights, soft jazz, champagne laughter. We held hands walking in. Her relatives smiled, assuming what we were, a couple deeply in love. Her aunt hugged me and whispered, "So, when are we getting the big news?" I blushed. She smiled. But then something shifted. A group of her old high school friends walked up, elegance and perfume trailing behind them. They asked how we knew each other. And in that split second, instead of the truth, instead of pride, she laughed and said, "Oh, him. He's just a friend." S.A. friend. The words cut cleaner than a blade. The group giggled. Her friend smirked and she tossed her hair like it was a harmless joke, but the air around me collapsed. Suddenly I wasn't her partner. I was an accessory she didn't want to claim. My heart didn't break loudly. It cracked in silence like ice splitting under a quiet lake. She didn't realize my hand dropped from hers the moment she said it. She didn't notice the way I looked at her. Not with love, but with a sudden clarity of a man who finally sees the truth behind the disguise. I wasn't embarrassed. I was awakened. All those sweet promises, all those late-night messages, all those "you're my forever" whispers, they weren't love. They were convenience. I wasn't her partner. I was her emotional safety net until someone better came along. And tonight in her social circle, she chose ego over loyalty, respect over romance. She threw it away with one careless laugh. She didn't even notice me step back. She kept chatting, introducing herself, boasting about her new job, fitting perfectly into her world of polished masks. Her friends glanced at me with pity or maybe amusement, and that's when it hit me. Her love was only real when no one was watching. And if someone loves you only in private, they don't love you. They love the comfort you give. So when she finally turned, expecting me still smiling beside her, I simply returned her smile. But mine was steady, calm, final. "Funny," I said softly, voice steady, "because the moment you said that, you became just an ex." Her face froze. Her smile fell like shattered glass, and her friend stared in stunned silence. She tried to reach for my arm, panic entering her eyes. "No, wait. I didn't mean it was just, but excuses are like cheap perfume. Strong at first, embarrassing later." I didn't yell, didn't plead, didn't make a scene. I simply stepped back like a man stepping out of the shadows of someone who never deserved him. I thanked her relatives politely, shook her father's hand, hugged her grandmother, who adored me, and I walked out with my dignity straight and my heart finally awake. Leaving quietly is sometimes louder than shouting. Outside, the night felt different, cleaner, colder, but honest. I sat in my car, breathing slowly, letting the truth settle. Pain came, yes, but so did relief. I didn't lose her. I escaped someone who never chose me fully, someone whose love required me to shrink so she could shine. And God helped the man who spends his life shrinking for someone else's convenience. I blocked her number right there, not out of anger, but peace. I didn't need closure. The closure was in the moment she lied about me to protect her image. I deserved more than being a secret pride and a public afterthought. The next weeks were quiet but transformative. Gym visits replaced late-night texting. Reading replaced waiting for her calls. Self-respect replaced false romance. And life rewarded me quickly. A year later, I launched my own business, hired a team, and became someone I used to only dream about. My circle changed too. Smaller but loyal. I learned love isn't proven in private whispers. It's proven when someone says proudly, "He's mine." And then life gave me someone new. Someone who introduced me as the man I prayed for. Someone who looked at me like I was home. Not a backup plan. Someone who would never feel ashamed to say she loved me. Loudly, proudly, always. 5 years later, fate brought us back full circle. Another wedding, another dance floor. And she was there alone. Older eyes, tired smile, a sadness she tried to hide behind expensive lipstick. When she saw me walk in with my wife, beautiful, confident, fingers intertwined proudly with mine, she froze completely. Her friends whispered. She looked like someone who suddenly realized the difference between attention and admiration, between ego and love. When our eyes met, I didn't feel anger, only gratitude. Because losing her wasn't heartbreak. It was liberation. As we walked past, she whispered, voice trembling, "You look different." I smiled, gentle and real this time. "No," I answered. "I just stopped being someone's just my wife," squeezed my hand, proud. And just like that, I walked past my past. Not bitter, but blessed. Some heartbreaks are not endings. They're beginnings disguised as pain. And sometimes the greatest revenge is simply becoming who they never believed you.